Nerd alert! Learning is important, right?
Yes, exactly. What a bunch of nerds.
Nerd alert!
Right.
Marketing Architects.
Hello, and welcome to the Marketing Architects, a research-first podcast dedicated to answering your toughest marketing questions. I'm Elena Jasper on the marketing team here at Marketing Architects, and I'm joined by my co-host, Rob DeMars, the Chief Product Architect of Misfits and Machines.
Hello, hello.
We're back with your weekly Nerd Alert. Every week, I'll take a deep dive into academic marketing research and translate its complex ideas into simple, understandable language for Rob, and of course, for all of you. Are you ready to nerd out, Rob?
Let's nerd up.
All right, let's get into it. As always, we'll link the research we cover in the episode notes. This week, I read a study titled Personality and Psychological Predictors of Instagram Personalized Ad Avoidance. This is by Deborah Dina Aranath from Christ University and Uma Prasilda Jaidev from Watson University. Today, we're going to talk about how the personalities of your audience influences how they respond to your ads. But first, Rob, I asked you to study the big 5 personality traits prior to this episode. So what are a few of those traits that you feel you score high and low on?
Well, I hope I have the right big 5. I looked it up because you didn't give me any prep material for this. So I think I have them correctly. And openness to new experiences is a big one. I will gladly and have gladly eaten bugs without hesitation because I'm interested. I'm like, oh, let's give it a whirl. I ate a scorpion once. It was not delicious.
Oh.
So openness to new experiences, absolutely. And then the other one is extraversion. I've been accused of being an oversharer. And so those are the two that probably fit me the best.
I think that sounds accurate for you. I think the big 5 are pretty similar, but they sometimes are described in different ways. So just a few of them. I'd say that I'm more lower in extroversion than you are, definitely. I'm high in conscientiousness. I think I'm higher in neuroticism, just admitting that. And I tend to think I'm a little lower in agreeableness, which I know women tend to be higher in agreeableness, but sometimes being a little bit lower can help in work situations from what I've heard. So all those 5, some of them, I'm like, I don't want to talk about this because it's kind of like a personal thing. A little
personal.
Well, follow-up question to that. How often would you say you find ads off-putting or annoying?
So context and content obviously matter for me. And for example, I actually love to watch movie trailers. I will actually seek out those ads to watch movie trailers. However, if I see the same movie ad over and over and over in the same commercial pod, I get annoyed. So I think that it really depends for me how the ad is being presented to me and, in the context that it's in. So that's kind of a long way around the barn, but I don't find commercials in general highly off-putting.
Fair enough. Well, we're going to talk more a little bit later once I go through the research about some of your personality traits and how they might influence your response to ads.
All right.
So it'll be fun. This study specifically explored why people avoid Instagram ads. And it focused on how our personality traits influence whether we embrace or avoid personalized ads. The researchers used something called the 3M model of motivation and personality to understand how our personalities shape our reactions to Instagram ads. They specifically looked at traits like openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, and linked these to how annoyed or skeptical we get when personalized ads pop up on our feed. The researchers sent out surveys to over 1,000 college students who were active Instagram users. They asked questions that measured personality traits and how these traits influenced feelings of irritation or skepticism towards Instagram ads. They also measured something called reactance, which is basically how much we resist being told what to do or think by an advertisement. So high reactance is linked to ad avoidance and irritation. And here's what they found. First, if you're someone with high self-efficacy, which refers to your belief in your ability to control your own actions and make decisions effectively, so sort of like a self-confidence measure, you are more likely to experience reactance towards personalized ads and feel irritated or skeptical if you perceive them as infringing on your autonomy or decision-making freedom. You're more likely to feel irritated by ads that feel intrusive. So the more capable you feel about controlling your decisions, the more likely you are to avoid personalized ads, especially if you feel like they're infringing on your freedom. So it turns out people who trust themselves to make their own decisions are more likely to react negatively to Instagram ads that feel too tailored or even just manipulative. The study also found that personality plays a big role. For example, if you're someone who's open to new experiences, you might not mind ads as much. But if you're more neurotic, meaning you're prone to stress or sometimes negative emotions, you'll find ads more irritating and avoid them. Conscientious folks, those who are organized and dependable, also tend to avoid ads, but mostly because they just don't like the distraction. So the takeaway for marketers might be that if you have an audience who's high in self-efficacy or confidence, you may want to rethink the tone or maybe the frequency of your personalized ads to avoid causing reactance from your audience. So just for fun, I want to look back to Rob, your personality traits, and see what they might tell you about how you react to advertising. So you said you were high in openness to experience.
Yes.
So those people like you are less likely to avoid ads as you tend to be curious and open to new things. So you might be more receptive to personalized ads. And then extraversion, right? High in extraversion.
Mhm.
So you're somewhat neutral, but you may avoid ads when they feel like they are not aligned with your social or assertive nature. So I feel like this actually lines up pretty well. It's kind of a
I
mixed
do
bag
too.
for you.
Yeah, I do too. Especially like I love gadgets and I love to see ads about gadgets. And then I like to share what I've learned about those gadgets with everyone else ad nauseum. So I think that fits my openness and my extroversion and oversharing.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's pretty accurate. And I would say for mine, I think with my personality, I mean, it can be kind of in the middle of some of these, but in general, my personality would be more avoidant to ads. And I think I resonate with that. So despite the fact that I work for an advertising agency, I will say I prefer TV ads to other ads, but being a little bit lower in extroversion, a little lower in agreeableness, and high in conscientiousness, those type of people are more likely to avoid ads. They might find them distracting. They might find some ads intrusive and get irritated, just be more sensitive to advertisements. So now for a Rob GPT, this study is like Instagram ads being a persistent salesperson at your door. Some personalities politely listen, while others shut the door fast. It all comes down to whether you're the type to get annoyed, skeptical, or just ignore them altogether.
Nice.
Yeah, I think one thing maybe to mention with that I thought as we were kind of talking through it is they are looking at personalized ads. I would imagine this might differ if we were just looking at TV ads that are maybe more generalized. I'm guessing would have less strong reactions because sometimes personal ads can become, people can get annoyed in a different way from an ad being personalized. But I don't know. It's probably pretty similar, but I just thought of that.
Elena, I find you pretty agreeable.
Oh, okay. Maybe I am high in agreeableness.
See the irony in that?
Yeah. All right, I take that back. I am high in agreeableness, apparently. I think I'm agreeable, but I can be pretty stubborn too, so I'm not sure. Maybe we'll have to take like a big 5 personality test. This isn't really that research driven, it turns out, because we're not quite sure
Right,
where we land.
We didn't actually do the research.
No, we didn't. But anyways, I'm sure people can think about how they react to ads too and how that might link up to their personality traits. But I think it's fun to think about your audience and who are the types of people in our audience. Do they tend to be more skeptical? Are they more extroverted? Are they more open? Like I'm thinking about a brand like the North Face. If you're advertising to people that like adventure and hiking, like they're probably more open to experiences, maybe more open to certain types of ads. So it makes me just think about audiences and how marketers, especially sometimes B2B marketers, if you're selling something very complex to like a technology audience, it could be harder to deliver them ads that they're going to like. And I don't know. So fun to think about your audience and where they might fall on those personality traits. That's it for this episode of The Marketing Architects. We'd like to thank Taylor De Los Reyes for producing the show. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, and if you like the podcast, please leave us a review. Now go forth and build great marketing. I feel like marketers can be very different types of people. So that might be hard to, like a lot of different types of personalities can be very talented at marketing.
I think we're just really screwed up. It's a really weird group of people.
I'm trying to compliment marketers and you're like, they're the worst.
Crack open that, it's like, all right.
Marketing Architects.